Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 6 to the Sky. Is it All the Mods 6 to the Sky, or is it just All the Mods to the Sky? I can't tell. Anyway, we're back here, we're on our island on the server. And there's a few things that we have to do. Some of them will be quick, and then others will be not so quick. So the first thing I want to do is sort of sort out our storage system, right? Have a better system. And in order to do that, we can make more storage disks, but I kind of want to be able to reuse these ones. And by reuse, I mean empty them by putting them in this guy, right? But he's slow, which means, long story short, we need speed upgrades, right? Sounds simple enough. These, however, need sugar. So essentially, I'm going to have to set up a sugarcane farm. That should be easy. I'm probably going to use botany pots. We'll have to make another hopper hook because I think we're out of those. I have it bookmarked over here, so we need some flowers, maybe a rune. That might get a little bit messy, but it should be fine. We've done it all before. And then the big goal, which might not happen or might happen, I want to redo this system in such a way that I can turn it off and on. Yeah, because at the moment it's small, right? It's small, this is pretty fine. But if we want more resources, we're going to have to scale this up pretty big. And the issue that comes with scaling up is server performance, right? And so I want to kind of experiment and see what different ways we can go about setting it up. And then if I can find a better way to set these things up to make it, I guess, more server friendly, then I feel like that's probably a good practice, right? A good way to show you guys how to do it, and we can go from there, sort of thing. But to be honest, I've been thinking about it, and it sounds pretty tricky. Like I'm sure you guys probably know how to do it because you guys are a lot more familiar with a bunch of different mods. Like I'm sure you'd be able to do this with integrated dynamics, but this mod scares me, to be honest. It's a very scary mod. So I've been looking at other sensors to see if there's a way to like sense how many items we have of a certain thing and turn it off or something. Because I know we can control pulverizers with redstone. So in theory, we can just have like a bunch of redstone cables and a lever, and that's probably what we will do. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, which will probably be later today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But for now, we need to make a hopper hook. So let me try and... What was I looking here? Ah, yes, the apothecary. I've got to figure out how to make that again. Okay, now, would you believe me if I told you we had an air rune? You might not, and that's okay because we'll probably just make another one anyway. All we're missing is mana steel and mana powder. I think that's glowstone, isn't it? Gunpowder, redstone. Okay, redstone. Beautiful. So redstone we're going to need, and a bit of iron, and we got to chuck this in our mana pool, but that should be fine. Boom, boom, boom. Run over here. So chuck those in. They should turn into the goodies if we have enough mana. Oh, glowstone. How did I do that? Glowstone to redstone. Ah, it's because I've got the transmutation thingy underneath. Okay. Let me see if I can... Do I have my magnet on? I do. Alright, here we go. Now it's working. Beautiful. So, the air rune. I think we need like a carpet and stuff. So let's grab all the ingredients and I'll meet you back at that table. Alrighty. Okay. Took care of a few things. We should be good to go now. I have some of the stuff for the things and the other things. I'm a little bit confused. I think this is what we want. That was definitely English. It was a full sentence. Okay, here we go. I think I now put... I've got to actually transfer mana to it, don't I? So I've got to put this guy back here and wand him up, right? I got to do like that, or something. Yes, there we go. Ah, brilliant. So that fills up. Then we get living stone from memory. We should also figure out the range thing as well. In fact, how easy is that to do? We're going to get very sidetracked this episode, I feel, but I mean, that's the thrill of it, right? Upgrade? Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's bookmark that just in case. Okay, upgrade and get this and range upgrade. Beautiful. So this guy we can put in here and now it does 24 blocks. Not that much, but it should also cost more RF, I think, but I guess that's okay. It's a better range nonetheless. Living stone. Living rock, sorry. I have the wrong word. And then this guy I right click. And then I right click with the wand. Nope. I right click with... Nope. Okay. Wait. There we go. I shift right click. And then we get the air rune. And you actually get 2 of them, which is pretty cool. So next up is the actual hopper hook, which is redstone root, rune of air, then light grey petals and normal grey petals. So normal grey, light grey, the root, and the air rune. And so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've missed something. Now, what I have missed is that it is not a rune, so we don't make it on a runic altar, we make it over here, which makes a lot more sense. So, boom, put the water in. Okay, now we're back in business. So, this guy, you have to drop stuff in. Now, I know we've done this before, but it's always nice to have a little refresher, I guess. Seeds, boom, drop this in, and we have the hopper hook, which means I can make us a botany pot. Beautiful. And what are we going to use this for? Well, we're going to get some sand. We're speedrunning now. We're going to get some sugarcane once we stop lagging. Okay, here we go. Sugarcane. Bubbly boom. Grab one of these. Now, I don't know if we can place the seed directly into the botany pot, but worst case, we just place it on a little bit of dirt over there. So this guy, I mean, we honestly didn't need one because we could have replaced this guy, which is the silicon crop, but it is fine nonetheless. We'll just grab another chest. Look at that. We're like making rhymes and stuff. So chest, hopper botany, sand in there, sugarcane seeds. Is it going to let us? No. Now, hear me out. There's 2 possibilities. One is it won't let us place the seed in there. We need to turn it into sugarcane first. The other possibility is perhaps the sugarcane needs to be in a waterlogged one. Nope. It just needs to be sand and sugarcane. So we need to turn this into sugarcane, which we need a little bit of dirt next to water. And surely... Wait, no. I've completely forgotten how sugarcane works. It has to be, like, actually in the water, doesn't it? Like, right next to it. Bam! Sugarcane. Beautiful. We can break this. Then we can go slap it on our thingy thing. Where is it? Bam. There we go. So this guy's going to take 40 seconds to grow. He can keep doing his thing. Last but not least, set that up to extract. Okay. Beautiful. Sugarcane automated. Wonderful. And just for some reference, here's our wood essence. So that's the amount of wood that we can get. I don't want to make too much because we don't have too much storage. And where's the silicon? Here it is. So we've got a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. What do we want to do now? Do we want to try and sort this a little bit better? I still don't know how I'm going to sort it. But, maybe I just pick it all up and then give it a shot. Alright, I think I'm going to start off by picking up everything. I think from there we'll be able to figure out... My vision that I see deep in the distance is setting up pulverizers in like a row, right? All making stuff that goes into drawers. And then perhaps from the drawers we put them into sieves. Maybe in like complete conveyor lines. So let's pretend... what blocks do I have? Let's pretend... Here we go. Excellent. Let's pretend the cobblestone are the sieves, right? We have a bunch of sieves in a row. Like, let's say this is, I don't know, a gravel sieve, right? Gravel sieve with pipes, yeah? This is a beautiful demonstration. I know you guys are in shock and awe. So that can be gravel, right? And then over here we have more sieves, right? And this can be, say, sand, right? And then, yeah, we have pipes going to them. Drawers over here, so we could set up the drawers, right? These have whatever it is, whether it's the sand and all that kind of stuff. Now, my problem is, I don't know how to have these turn on and off. And by that I mean, these guys don't have any redstone control, from what I can tell. So I don't know how to limit this. I've got to figure it out with either cables or... And this is a bit far-fetched. I could set up a refined storage system, like have them connected that way. I can't figure it out though. I'm gonna have to tackle this one a little bit off camera with my brain. You know what? I think I may have just discovered it. In the pipes, we can put upgrades, and these upgrades will allow us to turn them on and off. Because as you saw, if we put this upgrade in, we can make it so that off when powered, on when powered, always off, ignored. So we can essentially stop the pipes from working, which means if we were using these types of pipes to connect to the sieves, we could turn them off. Now, I don't know how you would apply the redstone to the pipes, whether you would need to run, I don't know, like a redstone cable along them or something. I'm not too sure. But I think that might be what I'm thinking. Like, I think that might be the way to do it, the way to have them turn off and on. And once again, the reason we want to be able to turn them off is so that we don't lag the server to a grinding halt. So here we go. I'll clean this stuff up. I'm going to pick up all of this stuff. Maybe I might leave these last two ones, the nether and the end stuff. But this stuff I'm all going to pick up, and I'll meet you guys back here with a nice clean area. Maybe a bigger platform too. Alright, so the area is clean, the area is slightly expanded, and this is the sort of setup that I have. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but that should be fine. So from the pulverizers, we should only ever get gravel, sand, dust, and flint, which means this is all we should need. In addition to just the drawers themselves, we will need some void upgrades, and luckily, the upgrade templates aren't too hard to make. They just use a drawer and some sticks. And the void upgrades aren't hard to make because, just to let you know that, there's no shifty business going on with the obsidian. This is how quickly we get obsidian. It is amazing. It's not automated, obviously, like I have to go click it, but it gets the job done. So these void upgrades, if I place them in here, will ensure that we never have more than a full drawer's worth of this stuff. And I think you can search drawer and it will tell you how much they have. So these single drawers hold 32 stacks. So we will never have 32 stacks or more than 32 stacks of items in these, unless we put other upgrades in there. Like these ones that change them by like times 32 times the base values. So like 32 times 32 stacks. We can add those. I don't think it's necessary. So next thing next. Yep, that's a sentence that I just said, is the pulverizers themselves. Now, this one might be a little bit tricky to set up. Now, the reason I say that is that they each sort of do different things. So, like, the sieve that turns cobble into gravel also makes sand, right? So that's, like, a little bit messy. And then the thing that sifts sand, I think that maybe also makes dust or something. I don't know. It's a very messy recipe. You get a lot of flint out of it. You get a lot of different things. So I think we still do need different rows. So like a row for the gravel, a row for the sand, and a row for the dust. But the pipes, I mean, they'll all just go to the same place. In fact, you know what we probably need? I was thinking about getting a drawer controller. But I think we can also just get away with doing that. I'm pretty sure that just works, right? It'll just only put them in the ones that it can. In fact, we should, while we have it, make sure that we lock these, so that even if their drawers become empty, they don't lose their templates. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this should be pretty simple now. Alright, so we currently have 6 pulverizers. So in theory, that's enough to get, 2 for each of these. Now, the problem is, obviously, like, in order to get dust, we need sand. So that means, like, it's sort of an odd ratio. So I think it turns out to be more along the lines of this. So a pulverizer here, 2 here, and 3 here. I think that's how we had it set up previously, right? And this is where it gets a little bit messy. I think what we do is we have pipes up here, and these are all going to output up. I'm just trying to think in terms of expandability. I think in order to expand this, I would just place another pulverizer, right? So yeah, I need to make sure that we have enough room for not only energy pipes, but also actual more item pipes to put in more cobbles. So I think we actually need to move this a little bit around. Alright, so I went ahead and hooked up power. So we know for a fact that they can get power, and if we need to expand, we can just have the power cables go underneath. As for the cobble, I think it's as simple as just running item pipes all through here that have cobble in them. And if we want, we could disconnect these, but I don't think we would even need to because there's no cobble drawer. So that should be fine. This should be good. Obviously, the pipes aren't connected yet because we haven't configured the pulverizers, but this should be the, I guess, template, right? And so now, if we want to expand, we would just have more pipes on top and more pipes on the side, and we'll just expand this out in a line. I think that works. I think this works perfectly. So, yeah, I think that works. Beautiful. I'm just going to have to grab more pipes. I don't know if we have the pipes or if I'll have to make them. Looks like I'll have to make them. These just droppers. Make a few of them. And that sure is a few of them. So now we should be good. So place this here. And then connect them all like that. That should be beautiful. And I'll show you how the configuration is going to look. So this guy's going to be simple because all he needs is cobble. So yeah, this guy makes gravel. That's all he does. So he's going to output at the top, auto output enabled. Although we will still configure this, like so. He will. I think I've got to disconnect these two. He will input from the back, right there. So that's where the cobble's going to come from. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's perfect. This should, in theory, be perfect. So cobble goes in here, and then that gets turned into gravel, sand, and flint. And we have everything for that. So that's perfect. And then these guys, these guys are a little bit different. So what we should be able to do is you're going to input from the back, right? So that's where you're going to get your cobble from. However, you're not going to output up. Instead, you're going to output to the right if you can. Yeah, we might have to get some filters for this. Because the problem is we want the gravel to go in here, but we also want the extra flint and the extra sand to get outputted up. So we're going to have to put an upgrade in this guy and some filters, I think. So then auto output, that should be good. This guy, I'm going to say input from there, and then output there. We could just test this because it might automatically go in here, like put the whatever it is, the gravel in here faster. But we'll probably need a filter. So anyway, let's set these up. I'll finish the rest of this. It's pretty much the same, and then I'll run through it again once it's all ready to be shown off. Alrighty, so I've set it all up. I pretty much just configured these the same. So this guy outputs to the top and the right side. This guy inputs from the left and outputs to the top and the right, and obviously, the cobble in the back. Same thing here, right? So now it should, in theory, be working. I've hooked up these guys, so the cobble gens. They're all outputting. And it should be working. The power appears to not be working, so I'm going to have to check that out later. But, in theory, it should be working. So I'll have to double check everything's hooked up. As for the upgrades, well this guy's... Oh, yeah, oh. No. These guys aren't meant to input cobble. Yeah, that's my bad. These guys are not meant to input cobble from the back. Only the first in the chain is. Okay. Alright, so now let's get some upgrades. I don't think we need too many. 4 should hopefully be enough. And I think on this guy we want one. No, we kind of do want the filter, don't we? So I'm going to have to upgrade them again. Luckily, it's not too bad of a recipe once you have things set up. Obviously, early game, it's a little bit harder. So, let's see now. Do we have the filter? Now we have distribution nearest first. We don't really want that. Let's keep trying. I think it's the next tier, which probably uses some diamonds and blocks of redstone. Yeah, great. I don't know how much redstone we have. Alright, let's give this a shot. Yep. Filter mode whitelist. So, I think we do want whitelist. Actually, no, we just want blacklist. We want to add this. And we just want it to be a piece of gravel, right? So I should be able to just we'll grab one of these so that we can set them all up. That should be good. So this guy, add, blacklist, gravel, submit. So now, in theory, if my understanding is correct, this guy will not output gravel. So that means all the gravel will be left in here, everything else will be taken out. That means the gravel should go in here, which it has. It's beautiful. Obviously, the power issues, we'll figure that out. It turns out that this guy's outputting the flint in here as well. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. The flint can go in there. I don't think it can even go in this slot, so that shouldn't be a problem. So this is fine. Over here, we need to do a similar thing. So this guy needs to have the upgrade on blacklist, and gravel is a no-no. And then this guy needs to be told that sand is a no-no. And possibly gravel as well. I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at the recipe here. No, so the gravel in a pulverizer gets sand and flint. So yeah, perfect. And then I think the sand in a pulverizer, let's double check. I think it just makes dust. I don't think it makes anything extra. Let's double check though. We don't want to mess up here. Yeah, it just makes dust. So we have nothing else to worry about. So yeah, beautiful. We should be good to go, assuming I figure out what's going on with the power. Let's have a look down here. So when I was cleaning up, I vein mined all the cables, and then I put them back, but apparently I didn't put them all back. So now this entire bit is like, it's cut off from the bit over here. So I think it's as simple as trying to reach over there and bring the cables, right here. Beautiful. So now everything should be working. It might take a little bit for them to, fill up with power. Actually, no. Apparently they fill up extremely fast, which is beautiful. But yeah. Now, okay. This guy works like a charm. Assuming all of these are on 24/7, or at least, relatively 24/7. In fact, no, it should be 24/7, because as soon as this guy finishes, this guy should get a gravel, and as soon as this guy finishes, this guy should get a sand. This is perfect, right? In theory, this is perfect. 80 gravel, 99 sand, 77 dust. Okay. The only other problem is obviously the speed, and we have some speed upgrades here that we can chuck in, well, I guess now. Alright, so I'll let this run for a bit, and sure enough, I mean, it's doing things. I did put the void upgrades in. You used to be able to see, like, the little void upgrade icon on here, but it appears as though you cannot anymore. Yeah, or it's just my shaders, which is definitely a possibility. You know what I've just realized? I think I need to space these out. It should be simple to do. It should be as simple as doing this and doing this with an extra cable. And the reason for this is I want to output like this in a row. That way I don't need any sort of filtering. I don't need any of that fancy stuff. We just have one pipe coming out of the thing. And then this one pipe is what we're going to upgrade so that it can be redstone controlled, which means, we can easily set up switches, and that should be good. Now, the last thing I guess would be, where do I put the auto sieves? In fact, you know what? I bet it'll look better as well as be better functionally if I run the cables under the floor. Or in the floor, I guess you would say. So like this, and then place the... but then the power. How am I going to do the power? Honestly, the power always gets me every single time. You know what? We could run the power on the roof this time. You know what? I think the power cables will look a little bit better being up here as opposed to this item cable being on the front of this guy. So yeah, I think I'll put these in the ground. Alrighty, here we go. So I've set up these three just to show each one working, right? So the power's hooked up, the meshes are in. All we need now is to configure this guy to output, which should be the only thing we need to do at the start here. I might struggle reaching this guy. This should be fine. We'll definitely have to have a basement as well, because these pipes under here, the ones under the drawers, are going to be the ones that will be redstone affected, right? Now, I don't want to put the really good upgrades in these, because I feel like that's just a waste. All we need is just the basic upgrade, the most basic pipe upgrade. Can I search like this? I can. We need nuggets. Alrighty, I have 3 of these. I'm going to place them in here, and I want it to be off when powered. I think that's how I'll have it set up for now. That way I don't have to set up any of the actual redstone until we want to be able to turn it off. So they'll keep running, and once I apply a redstone signal, they will turn off. So here they go. They're doing their thing. Now, word on the street as well is that you're able to feed these guys, and they speed up. I think this was a feature back when they last used sieves, which could have been Sky Factory 3, maybe? I'm not entirely sure on that one. I think so. Maybe Sky Factory 2. I'm pretty sure this was a feature back then, and I've completely forgotten about it. I think I saw Chosen Architect doing it, or I read that he was doing it. With like auto clickers, so they go like super insane fast. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And these foods are really, really easy to get. Look at it. He's still going. Has he slowed down now? I think he's slowed down now. You know what? Maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm not too sure. That's pretty crazy. Okay. So, This will provide the dust and stuff. We still need to actually have an output for these. Now, we once again have a few options. One of them is we could place item exporters, or I guess importers, on top of these to put things into our refined storage network. That's one option. The other option is put them into drawers. The other option is to put the stuff like this into drawers, like, the things we don't need. In fact, maybe the play is to put the stuff we don't need into the system, and the stuff that we need, to process, we put into this guy. Right? There's so much to think. Alright, do you know what? I have an idea. These guys are getting picked up. You're getting picked up. I'm going to clean up this hole, and I'm going to put drawers behind here. I think. Oh, but it's so far away. Is it? We might put drawers over here, simply because it's closer. And the plan is, all of this sort of stuff, like the, Cinnabar and Appetite and stuff, they will get put in drawers. We will have a drawer controller, which means that all the drawers connect, and then we only have to connect the drawer controller to the network to gain access to the inventory. That way we can also put on void upgrades, and then that way we don't have to worry about having an insane amount of items in our storage system, but still having access to 12,000 cobble without having 12,000 cobble in the thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do. At the moment, though, I think this is an almost perfect setup. The only problem I see at the moment with this setup is actually the cobble. Getting cobble into the network. Because as we expand, we're going to have to sort of loop the cables around because we don't have a front way to put it in. Now, in theory, we can just place the cobble gen thing here. In fact, hold on a second. Yeah, you know what? I think we could just hide them under the floor. So yeah, that's not a problem. I could put the cobble gen right under here. And that should be fine. Yeah, because the power runs there. Yeah, that would work. Okay, so that's not a problem. What was my train of thought that I've completely ruined and gotten rid of? The drawers. Okay, let's start off by getting a drawer controller. So drawer controller. This guy right here. He needs 2 comparators. The comparator recipe, they need to fix this. Having to create a comparator is annoying enough. Having to create the torches is even more annoying. You know what? Let's just make a stack. I don't know if we have enough redstone for that, but we've done it now. That's how much I hate comparators. This is a formal complaint to the comparator industry. They need to step their game up. Okay. So, in theory, in fact, we could probably have it in front. Where do our cables go? They sort of run here. We would only need 10 or so cables to get over there. I think that's not too bad. We're going to place the drawer controller. I might actually place it in the ground. Actually, getting a gluttony charm. You know what? I think I've read about a gluttony charm. Or I watched Chosen Architect with it. Cookies we need, though. I don't have cookies. And I'm pretty sure this allows you to eat instantly. That would be helpful. Most of the eating I do off camera. but even then, the 10 seconds. And when the server's lagging, oh, God. It could take 20 seconds. It's a nightmare. I will look into that, though. We need better farming first. Which means more botany pots. Which means more terra steel. We'll get there. So this is the drawer controller. Then we're going to place drawers above him. The drawer controller will connect underneath. In fact, I should probably break the block here. Actually, no, I'll be able to see it, won't I? So we're going to attach an external storage onto this and cable it across, which I should be able to do right now. So external storage. Craft everything we need. It looks like we're going to need more cables, but that should be fine. Assuming we have enough quartz enriched. So now we should be able to make this. Okay, external storage, check. Cables should also be check. 11 should definitely be plenty. Now, how am I going to do this? Boom. Let's see. Ooh, does the external storage have to be on the front? I guess we'll find out. I hope it's not. It looks so ugly on the front, but that might be the way it's done. Let's have a look. Let's, how am I going to check, actually? Maybe it's working. I'll have to set up the thingies first. Alright, I've put in a sand or a dust or whatever and a gravel. So this should say that 2 storage is being used. It does. Beautiful. That means it's working perfectly. Okay. Wonderful. This stuff we can take out. That should be fine. Yeah, we're gonna need a few more. This is where it gets messy. This is where it gets messy and complicated, and I wish I could just instantly have it work perfectly. Yeah. So basically, I need to grab all of the stuff that we're not processing and put them into these drawers, which, you know what? It's actually not going to be that bad. I was thinking in my head it's going to be worse, but I think it's fine. In fact, let's probably... What's this guy doing? Dust. This guy's doing sand, and this guy's doing gravel. Do we have prismarine? Beautiful. Bunch of iron. I'm thinking this guy, we'd probably want multiple of, so let me just do that. Right? I'll place those there. They'll do their thing, just so I can get these meshes out of my inventory and have them actually working. As for the energy pipes, beautiful, perfect. Okay, so let me get this sorted. All right, so already I'm happy, right? So here's what we've got. We've got the redstone. We've got all this stuff, but basically stuff that we're not going to run through this auto compressor. I want to have in here, and I think that's fine. These two, they will probably get void upgrades eventually. But I also want to give them actual storage upgrades because we obviously want a lot of redstone and like all of this stuff. We want a lot of this, whereas like the skystone, this stuff can stay at like the however many stacks it is. So that's fine. The dust, in theory, as far as I know, is taken care of. Now, how did that happen? Is that spinning it on the ground? Where did you come from? What? Alright, and then we have the prismarine stuff, as well as the cocoa beans and whatnot. I don't think these ones matter as much. Like, I don't really mind voiding them. I don't think that's an issue. And then over here, we have some stuff as well. The diamond, obviously, we want to keep. You know what? I don't think we use much fluix, so I think I'm okay with putting diamond in here. You know what? We probably need emeralds as well, so it doesn't matter too much. Lapis, coal we want a lot of. I don't know. Inferium I think we want a lot of as well. And then I guess we can put emerald in that last slot there. So I think that's fine. And then the rest can just get, you know, voided at a low rate. I don't mind about that. Alrighty, I've set up void upgrades on these 4. It's just these last ones that I haven't yet. We'll get to them. So this should be, in theory, fine. I think all that's left is piping the stuff in, and I think we got to pipe it into this back spot. So it might actually be a bit messy. And obviously I need to deal with the people. I have been given a gift of applesauce. How do you make applesauce? Apples, sugar, and a cutting board. Ah, okay. So here's what I've got. I've got fruit salad, which is the cutting board and 2 apples. And this is half a hunger point and an extra saturation. You know what? I'm trying to decide whether that's worth it. I'm currently not hungry though, so I've got to I've got to run around a bit so that I can eat it. Ah, here we go. Applesauce. Beautiful. And I think we got an extra food eaten. So, like, 1 step closer to extra hearts. So what I want to do is do I want to future-proof? Because eventually we're going to have a cable here, right? In fact, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to place this here. We're going to have the extra cables. And we're also going to have a cable here. But these guys are just simply not going to connect. And it's going to go up here as well and up here. And we don't want it to connect here or here. It's perfectly fine if it does. For the sake of OCD and just having it look nice, we don't want it to, right? That's literally the only reason. So this should be fine. We're going to have these things like so. Like that. We can connect them here, here, and then they'll probably run down here anyway. So that should be good. And then I think it's as simple as doing this. Right? Everything should flood in. Any extras, I think, will show up there. Or they'll remain in their storage. And by extras, I mean... Oh, we don't actually have flint, I think. I think we don't have flint. Do I want to connect flint here? You know what? Maybe for the sake of me hating flint, I will. There we go. That looks ugly. We might change it in the future, but for now, that's fine. So flint's getting rid of. Now all we have are the good bits. And yeah, some things are very rare, like, let's say emeralds, right? If one of these drops an emerald, we want to make sure that we're catching that, so that in a million years it doesn't clog up the system. But yeah, as for the rest of this stuff, it will keep going down until it gets to this chest, right? Is this the chest it wants to get to? Yeah, I think so. Alright, here we go. I've managed to walk... Oh my god. I've managed to walk my way over here. This guy's set up to export the pieces in here, as if we had them in the network. I don't remember doing that, but I guess we did that. Times are changing, and by times are changing, I mean we're going back in time. We're going back to pipes. But it's for the greater good, because we should be able to turn these off, which is better than not being able to. So, as you can see, now we're getting a bunch of junk, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we want. All of this stuff should be getting placed into here and getting, you know, compressed, which it is, which is perfect. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's maybe sort this so that, you know, all the stuff can fit in. But yeah, that should be perfect now. Now, the only problem is this guy who isn't connected again because I broke the thing. But once he's connected, we should be all good again. We should be processing. Gravel. Interesting. This guy's full. He needs a void upgrade. I need more obsidian. Alright. I'm actually pretty happy. I feel like what we did today... I feel like I say this almost every episode, but it's, I guess, the goal. The goal is to be improving every episode to the point where it's like, okay, we're good now. The last time we moved the stuff over there, I thought it was going to work well, but I didn't really take into account the fact that pulverizers make the extra stuff. I didn't really think about it properly. This system here, I think, is perfect, or near perfect, right? Pulverizers can expand infinitely. I'll just have to move those pipes along as we go. In fact, I could... I think if I did the pipes underneath, I might be able to get away with it. Like, have it be a little bit hidden. In fact, do I want to do that just for the sake of expandability and having it look... I think I do. You know what? If we're going to do it a 5th time, let's do it probably. Now, a problem is these guys take ages to mine. It doesn't matter what tool you have, apparently. Like, it doesn't use any tool, so luckily I placed them next to each other. Here's what I want to happen. So we can't place it under there, but we can place it under here. So, if you don't mind me, I'm going to go under here. I'm going to place the pipes under here. So we're going to have to break this one too. And then, what we should be able to do, assuming I can figure out how to place how to fly with this jetpack, the wooden jetpack, of course. Boom. Connect all of these perfectly. And then, I can go boom, boom, boom. Fly underneath. Make sure that... I'm probably going to die on one of these videos. Oh my god, I'm pressing all the wrong things. I want to... There we go. And there we go. Okay. This should work. These should all still be getting cobble, which we'll see in a second. It went up to 60, 62. Yeah, okay. We're getting cobble. None of the stuff's up here, which means I can place more pulverizers, more cables, and it's perfect. This is what I'm going to say is the perfect system. Okay. I know it can be better. No, I'm not trying to... It's perfect for me, okay? It's perfect for me. And if you have a look at the rest of my base, you would probably agree that, yes, this is probably the best thing I've done so far. So yeah, I am happy. This works. All we'll have to do is, you know, a few more void upgrades, which I completely forgot to make. But then, and let me just do this, we should be good. Yep, all the gravel's gone because it's just getting voided. Once again, this gravel, we could figure out a way to put it back in the system for the sake of efficiency, but we're not so much after efficiency that we're after safety. And by safety, I mean not overflowing with items and causing lag. And also cleanliness. This looks nicer than having a cable from there running all the way over. This just looks cleaner. So let me put these last few bits in here. I think we're also missing one from here, but I think that's everything else. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing. It helps out my channel quite a lot. And oh boy, have you guys been subscribing. It is flying up ridiculously fast, and I can't be more grateful. Genuinely, thank you guys a lot. It's pretty cool to see. So in the future, we can slap on some more auto sieves, and if for whatever reason they can't keep up, we'll just slap on more pulverizers. We have to do one thing though. We still have to do them in sequence. Like we have to do one gravel pulverizer. We have to do 2 of these pulverizers, and we have to do 3 of these. Now, you 100% would be able to do it a different way, right? And have it so you could just place pulverizers really simply. But that's not how we're doing it. This system works, and so it's going to stay this way. We still could have it so that we place a gravel pulverizer right here if we wanted to keep them in line, but we don't need to. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the next one. As for what's going to happen in the next one, I'm not too sure. Honestly, I'm not too sure. These things are so cool as well. I still can't get over the fact that these just generate lava, generate power with lava sitting under it, and you don't actually need to use lava. Oh, so cool. All right. I think that's it. Goodbye.